Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be discussing the number one mindset you must have when buying gold and silver. If you are investing in gold and silver, your number one mindset must be long-term stability. Now, investing in gold and silver is all about protecting your wealth and ensuring your purchasing power lasts for decades to come. Today, things cost much more than they did, say 10, 5, and even 1 year ago. Now consider this for a moment. If you had the power of cash today, what would you do? Would you be able to purchase the same property as you were to say 10 years ago using the same amount of money or cash? Well, chances are it will not happen. Now the number one priority you should have is to have a base layer of wealth that you can protect without it getting eaten away by inflation. It's best to own physical gold and silver unless you have the purchasing power right now to buy a home for yourself. And what I'm saying is this: as physical assets, gold and silver cannot be printed or controlled from the internet by any authority or bank for that matter. The value of these as investments is maintained over time, and it's important to understand that gold and silver profits will come over time, but don't expect explosive gains with a small time frame. Compared to Bitcoin, gold and silver will not rise from 10,000 to 60,000 in a matter of few years. Big powers are playing a massive economic game. Many countries, including China and Russia, are buying a lot of gold, as well as silver. My guess is that their end game is to eventually revalue their currencies, break away from the US dollar, and create their own kind of gold standard. Now, there are also forces out there, and some people will say, in fact, says that it is the US government themselves. They're actively trying to suppress the price of gold. Now, a higher gold price, a higher physical silver price, is a sign that the economy is spiraling out of control and fiat currencies will lose their legitimacy and purchasing power as a result. A government that is active does not want that. Consequently, there will be price swings up and down due to the situation. To keep you from getting scared, the end game is all but guaranteed. And I don't want you to get turned off by this. And it's unlikely that we'll go back to a world where nations and most people were physically responsible. Since 1971, debts have increased since the link between money and debt was broken. There will be an increase in the money supply in the world. In other words, whatever amount of money you have now will slowly inflate away, say 3 to 5% a year perhaps. Regardless of how much cash you have today, its purchasing power will be weakened. As a result, you should protect your physical purchasing power with land, and in the absence of such a tool, with physical gold and silver. As a result, now that you understand this mindset, I want to leave you with 3 tips that you should keep in mind whenever you make a gold or silver purchase and feel that urge to sell it off or something else, or when you get scared of the price swings. Besides eliminating the counterparty risk, the first thing to do is always buy physical gold and silver. Now, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. As a practical matter, you create a barrier to selling it when the time is right or when you have the urge, unlike a stock or ETF, which you can actually liquidate within a click. Now, with gold and silver, you must meet another private person, whether it's a dealer or your local coin shop, and that's how you transact a sale, of course. Now, the second thing I want you to keep in mind is to not get spooked by large price swings. As I said earlier, there are a lot of players out there buying gold and silver, and there's also a lot of players trying to sell gold and silver. And price swings can range from 2 to 2 to 5%, and these occur within hours or even a day, right? And it's just as volatile as some of the high-performing stocks on the market. New investors might get spooked when they entered the precious metals market. Oh, my opposition suddenly rose by 3%. Should I liquidate? On the other hand, my position has dropped by 3%. How will things turn out? Is it time to sell off? Don't sell your holdings, hold on to them. And finally, it's very tempting for you to take, say, 5, 10, 20,000 from your checking or savings account and immediately invest it all in physical gold and silver after watching this video. Now, that's not what I want you to do. You will regret investing all your money into precious metals because you will suffer from regret if you do. Fear of missing out occurs, of course, when the price suddenly tanks or when the price suddenly goes up and you do not buy it. Now, if you invest $10,000 in silver at $25, then it suddenly drops to $23, you will second guess yourself and feel the sting of regret. Then you may stop buying silver as the month goes on because you'll be thinking, hey, if I buy silver now at 23, what if it drops at 21? And we, of course, don't want that. So now for the third tip. And the third tip is that you should practice dollar cost averaging, which means you should set a target every month, such as say 3,000, 2,000, 500, and spend it on gold and silver purchases. Now, alternatively, I'm buying a fixed amount of ounces every month. I myself buy 1 ounce of gold and 20 ounces of silver every month. No matter what happens in the market, whether gold goes up to 2,000 or crashes to 1,500, I continue to build up my physical positions. So there you have it. There are the 3 tips that I have for you. Now, getting back to the mindset, always remember that gold and that silver are always long-term investments and that you just need to have some patience. Thanks for tuning in. It was great talking to you, and I'll see you in the next one.